All right, guys, welcome back. I am so excited that today is the day we've all been waiting for. The day! I'm so excited. Today is the day we're gonna put the upper intercooler piping on and finally put gas in it, and finally, I said finally too many times, but we're finally going to attempt to start it. So far, all we've been able to do is get it to crank over. So it'll crank over, but we've not had the immobilizer turned off. It would actually need that turned off since I didn't have the original key for the car. It got lost, and getting a key made was super expensive. So I just said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and tune the car anyways. I can put a base map tune on it for all the stuff we've done. You know, the cams, the EGR delete, all that stuff like that. So might as well just go ahead and spend the money for that, get the immobilizer done or turned off, and I can do as much as I want. So today, to help my buddy Matt, we are going to attempt to try to start it. I just stopped at the gas station, got some gas for it. It's gonna be 91 because we don't have 93 available. And we'll be going to E85 later, like much later, once it's 100% all the kinks are worked out and she will drive and have no issues. But for now, let's just go ahead and let's just hit it. See if we get this thing going. All right, guys, today we are getting straight into it, and this is one of the box we got. This is going to be the upper intercooler piping. Went with the ETS for all of it. All, of course. Went with the gloss black. And we are going tile blow-off valve. I do not have the blow-off valve. I forgot to actually order it with everything else. So we do have the tile blow-off valve. And since we are going speed density, we got the setup for that on here. So this is going to be very nice. Jeez, look at that. Hell of an intake. Alrighty, we all have seen it. Let's get it installed. Alright, so we're going to start with the turbo on this one and just get this thing slapped in here. Luckily enough, you can easily reach all this stuff where it's at. I mean, that's good, actually.
Still good?
Yeah, looks fun to me. Yeah, they're up here, up those. Tighten the back one. You have to push it backwards a little bit, probably. I'm gonna try cracking this bitch again. Oh yeah, I hear it. Yeah, I hear the pump now. Imagine getting more gas. Bro! Bro, it might not have enough gas.
But it made vroom vrooms.
It did make vroom vrooms.
One more again.
It's fucking loud though, bro.
Well, yeah, a straight fucking header. So you could literally drive it out now.
If I had the brakes. It's only front wheel drive right now. You know what? Unplug the battery and shit.
Are you about to try to back it out?
I was going to.
Well, we need to zip some stuff up. I'm gonna kill your camera.
She started! Woo! Alright, we're gonna get coolant put in here real quick and then we're gonna try to back it up, but we're gonna do it like as quick as we can here as we're running out of time tonight. Well, I knew how much goes in it, but
There ain't no fucking way. Oh, somewhere. Like a thin funnel.
Yeah, I may have to go get some more gas. Drop the gas. If I had a blow-off valve and all my lines hooked up, I would do it.
And brakes.
Yes, brakes is very important. Very, very, very important. Okay. Try to see. I don't know why she won't idle. But then again, there might be shit that I might not have. It might not be 100%. I mean, there's all kinds of shit. Like, we don't have this to this hooked up. Keep trying to. She might be missing that sensor though. Alrighty guys, it is the next day. So unfortunately, did not realize it until I started shooting. Sorry, not shooting. When I started editing the video for showing the car running, that the GoPro was still recording. The GoPro show it was still recording, yet it wasn't. So shortly after I fired it again, I went ahead and put the front bumper back on. We tied everything back up. We put everything back together as far as that goes. Hopped back in the car. Was giving it just enough idle to where it would be able to put it in gear and back it up. We got it backed out under its own power. It backed out and into the parking spot where we've been holding it. I was then able to go back in, and I obviously covered some stuff up since I don't have a blow-off valve. I covered that up. I covered some other stuff until we get that back in. But as far as that goes, I am so happy that we were able to finally get it fired. Y'all didn't get to see it in there. There was like a good solid like 2 hours where I was waiting on the tuner to send me the file for the immobilizer, because he sent me the thing. I uploaded it, but it wouldn't take. So every time we tried to start it, bump it before, we could hear it getting like building up, trying to go, and it would never go. But we could never hear the fuel pump kicking. So the immobilizer was completely off. Immobilizer was on, but it wasn't letting the car fire because it wasn't letting it have gas. So that being said, I did not have any idea, because like I had turned the camera around, pointed to where it was at the back, where it was pointed looking out the shop, put it in reverse, leaned over, pushed our mirrors back out that we had pushed in, and backed it out. And I cannot believe that I was able to back it out of the garage and then drive it and then back it back up. Obviously right now, like, we're having a problem with the brakes. Are real squishy still. Like, even though we've already bled it twice, it's still squishy, but they are actually holding. If you press the brake all the way down, like all the way to the floor, it'll go. But we just gotta go through and actually bleed it when I have someone that'll actually sit there and bleed it a couple times more, because we put new brake lines on it. But she's buttoned all up. We got to put the sensor in it. We're missing a sensor that I thought I ordered, thought I had the right one, went to screw it into the intake, the ETS intake piping, and it wasn't the right one. It actually ended up stripping a couple threads. We ended up having to go to the shop, or go to a local shop and buy a rethreader. We had to rethread that to put the ended up having to put the pipe plug into it to just try to keep it sealed up, because it's on the lower end of the motor, on the lower end by the motor, by the transmission. And then once the new sensor comes in, we'll just pop it in, and that'll replace the mass airflow that we're supposed to have there. So that might be why it's not idling. But anytime you started it, it would start up and it would rev up and it would hold idle for a little while, like up in the high RPMs, and then it would just slowly dissipate down and then it would just fall on its face. But then again, we're running 1000cc injectors, the map should be set to that, but you never know. Obviously, we're going to work through the kinks to try to figure it out. The fact that we can even start it and able to drive it, it is only currently front wheel because I do not have the drive shaft in right now, but I also don't have the exhaust on. But we'll figure things out. But the biggest thing is it runs, and now we can work through the bugs. Now we can troubleshoot the things, because the fact that it even started and this car is not running nearly, it's been 9 years, 8 years since this car was driving on the road. From the last pieces of paper that I can find from like the last receipts or whatever, the last registration was like 8 or 9 years ago. So it's like a big up. So sorry that I didn't get to show you guys that. The GoPro light was flashing. We thought it was recording. I even picked it up. I carried it outside. I talked to you guys. I did like an outro and all that. I was so happy. Like, you guys didn't get to see the expression on my face and all that. I was gonna pick it up and put it inside with me and then drive it, have it with me as I was driving out. But I didn't want to take the chance of happening and I drop it, or I drop the camera or whatever. I'm happy. You know, huge shout out to Matt for helping me. Like a big shout out for him to come and help me for the few hours that we worked on it, because it was only supposed to be about an hour or two job where we're just gonna put the piping on, put the intake on, and then upload the file and then try to fire it over and then go from there. But shout out to Matt. Thank you so much, dude, for your help. I am so proud that you guys have been a part of this with me. Thank you all so much for watching. And the next video should be us troubleshooting it and working things out. I gotta order the blow-off valve, get the sensor I need. We still gotta get the EVC installed, and we still gotta do the vacuum lines. But she fired, and she drove under her own power. So thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.